What's up, everybody? I'm Jackalope. This is Big U. We are Jackalope Plays, and today we are going to talk about
Card party.
Card Party.
Card party?
Card Party 2. These are the 6 ways to improve Card Party.
Let's go. So we're doing 6 ways to improve card party, but what's really important, and I hope it comes across, is that we are fans of card party. We are fans of Deep Pocket Monster, and we will be attending a future card party. So what we're sharing here is hopefully feedback that you can consider to improve card party for next year for attendees. And there's a key important thing that I want you all to remember.
Feedback is love.
That's right.
And these are the 6 ways to improve Card Party.
Numero uno. We thought there were too many card battles, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Too many.
If you went to Card Party, you know there were probably card creators doing card battles in the main expo center where all the vendors were. And it kind of got in the way because people were like scattered all around, like right in front of it. So it kind of like blocked off a bit, like some paths.
Yep. We thought that Card Party 1 had a lot of great card battles, but it wasn't all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So this time they had card battles at the main stage for the main show, but then also they had card battles going throughout the day with different creators. And we thought it really wasn't that fun when you do it that much. So some of the thing that was a little bit more different is there was more audience participation at the main show, and they brought up a lot of people, right? So when people got up there, they either were too nervous or they didn't know how to open their packs, and it kind of dragged down the card battles to the point where I think Pat at one point had to get scissors for people to cut their packs because they were struggling just to open the packs, and it just dragged down the show and the event itself. Also, in one of the expo areas, you had card battles going throughout the day with different creators, and we thought it was just too much. There were too many, and they also conflicted with some of the other things that were fun. So for next year, we suggest
less card battles.
Yeah.
Numero dos. Lean into insider baseball.
Do you know what that means?
Nope.
So insider baseball, at the core of it, essentially it's a metaphor for being able to understand and get a glimpse of the inner workings of a system. In this case, Card Party did something really amazing. We thought that the binder challenge between PokeRev and Pat Flynn was really cool. And that happened on the last day of the event, right? What do you remember?
I remember them saying that they would be coming back in like 10?
I think it was 30 minutes. 20 or 30 minutes.
20, 30 minutes. And all I remember is through the times they were out, I remember
Real Breaking Nate
singing Green Day songs.
That's right.
And doing like quizzes.
Yep. So essentially what happened is Deep Pocket Monster and PokeRev gave us a glimpse of the workings of a binder challenge. So they gave themselves a money goal and a task. And they went out to the vendor area, they put together a binder, and they brought it back and had the audience judge who had the best binder.
Did we get to judge?
We did get to judge. Yeah. And then during the time that they were gone, Real Breaking Nate was able to be on stage with other creators, and he sang a song. He interviewed them, and it was a really great conversation. Meanwhile, Pat and PokeRev are out there putting a binder together. Then at the conclusion of that, they come back, they show us what they put together, and then we got to judge. And it was really fun to be able to see how that binder challenge worked behind the scenes and be able to judge it, right? What did you think?
I loved it.
You loved it? Yeah. I thought it was something new that they didn't do at Card Party 1, and maybe something that they can lean into a little bit more for the next one. Let us see what happens behind the curtain, right?
Yep.
Okay. Number 3.
Embrace community knowledge.
Yes, sir. All right, so something that could improve programming at the next card party for attendees is sessions when you learn about Pokemon cards, the TCG, video games, etc. There are so many great people with a lot of knowledge. It'd be great to them to have a session where they teach us things. So as a parent, I would have loved to participate in some kind of basics for parents where we learned about what the heck a card trick is, or we learned what commons and uncommons and rares and illustration rares are, and what graded cards are. So it would have been great to attend one of those sessions to learn as a parent on how we can connect with our child and support them in their quest to catch them all. Right?
I'm going to be the very best, like no one ever has.
So Professor Metry released a video when he talked about the decline in popularity for Pokemon after the big craze that happened in the late 90s and early 2000s. I would have loved to attend a session where he's talking about the history of it, where he's showing us some cards and being able to discuss and ask questions about the Pokemon TCG and all the different cards that happen. And I feel like that would have been a really good session to attend in person. There's also great people like Brad TCG or even Slim Rips who know a lot about cards, Danny Phantom, and a session about how to spot a fake, right? Mm-hmm. What happened when you first started trading cards?
So when I first started trading cards, it was with my neighbor friend. Mm-hmm. So he had like a lot of cards. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know until like now that a lot of those cards were fake.
Right. So a session where they show you different fake cards or how to spot them, how to tell if they are fake or not. That would have been a really good session, I think, for somebody that's beginning, someone that's a newbie like me, so that we can spot fakes and be able to support our child as they continue to invest and have fun with the Pokemon TCG. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number 4.
More sessions for kids.
One thing at Card Party is they have a lot of arcade activities, right? Even the card tossing thing, which we spent a lot of time in. Why do you love the card tossing thing?
Because it's really fun.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What makes it fun?
Because you have to actually like use your skill, but one thing I didn't like about this card toss was only that like last year at that card toss there were cards like scattered all over, so like you could just like pick one up and like just toss it like wherever it was on the counter. But this year they only gave you like a bucket of them, and then like they didn't give you any more. So
got it. So they didn't give you as many chances this time to hit the gong with the card, right?
Yeah, so we had to bring our own cards.
Yeah. Well, then they had the card tossing thing. They had the thing where you put a coin and you turn it and it brings a little ball, and it had the little necklaces thing. That was fun too, right?
Yeah.
What did they also have?
They also had like basketball things over at the arcade.
And they had the
claw machines. I was like, what?
What? They had the claw machines. So they had a bunch of different things, right? For kids, and kids love Bulk Alley.
Yeah. I spent some time over there looking for code cards. I found a bunch of them.
Nice. Well, one of the things that we thought could be improved for the next card party is while there were a lot of arcade activities for kids, there weren't a lot of sessions for kids. So the main stage, the main show, has the Guess That Pokemon, which is always fun. Mm-hmm. And you can just hear kids yelling throughout and trying to give their choices, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we thought is why not have more sessions specifically geared for kids where they have Guess That Pokemon, or maybe a quiz show, or maybe like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type game show where kids can participate, win some cards, keep them entertained. We thought that might be a good addition to the next card party, right?
Yeah.
Número 5.
Value of VIP tickets.
Oh, very serious. After Card Party 1, we got the email that said, hey, register early for the next card party, before we even knew where card party was. And we went ahead and got our VIP tickets, right? Yeah. We later found out there was going to be in Orlando, which kind of worked for us. So the reason we got them is because at Card Party, we thought the VIP tickets had a lot of great value.
Yeah.
How good was the check-in at Card Party 1?
Good.
Yeah? Super fast? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we showed up, and within 10 to 15 minutes, we had our giveaways, which included this Card Party mini binder. We had a T-shirt that they gave us a voucher for that we would go get. We had the backpack. You've all seen the Card Party backpack,
yep.
Red and white with a Card Party logo. There was even a cookie. Do you remember the cookie?
Yeah.
Tell me about the cookie.
The person who made the cookie was Chef PK. So the cookie, it was made to look just like a Pokemon card, but edible.
Yeah.
And edible paper.
Yep. So I guess what we're getting at is it felt like something new, different, and just a lot of little things that added to getting that first bag of swag and being welcome to Card Party.
Yep.
The other thing that was amazing about Card Party 1 is we had a VIP lounge that was really at the center of where everything was. Mm-hmm. It had a lot of good snacks. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. It had a lot of good snacks. You could come in, relax, unwind, grab a snack, grab a drink, and then head back out, right? Mm-hmm. The other great things about the VIP pass is you can skip the lines at the meet and greets. You get to sit really close at the main show. So altogether, that created a great value for the VIP ticket, right? And mm-hmm. VIP experience. People were super nice, and that's why we decided to do it again. But for Card Party 2, our experience was a little different, right?
Yes. So starting with the VIP lounge, there was few things. There was only chips and pretzels and lemonade and coffee.
Yep. Most of the time, those were the only options. There were select times when they brought in other stuff, but it often conflicted with something else that was going on, and there wasn't a lot to go around. So, snacks-wise, the lounge wasn't fantastic.
But the last day.
Yeah. Oh, we got tacos on the last day.
Tacos.
We got tacos on the last day. The other thing, the location. It was pretty far away, right? Mm-hmm. We had to walk a long way.
Yeah. It made me feel that we were like a bit disconnected from Card Party 2.
There you go. The other thing that made Card Party 1 is that it felt exclusive. But at the VIP lounge for Card Party 2, there was a creator lounge right next door which also had a lot of tables, a lot of space, and that one was just free. So it didn't feel exclusive, and it didn't feel like it added anything extra other than the chips and pretzels and coffee and lemonade that they had throughout. Yeah. So the lounge itself was fine. It was okay, but it wasn't great like last time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so for the check-in line, Card Party 1, pretty fast. People were friendly. Yep. Great swag. Card Party 2, what did you think?
I think it was still good, but not as good as the first one.
Okay. So what didn't make it good is we were in line for a really long time for check-in.
Yeah.
I don't want to exaggerate, and I don't think I am, but I think it was between 45 minutes to an hour, maybe a little bit longer. But it was a long time where we just had to stand there, and the line went towards the elevator, so it wasn't a lot of space to stay in line. So we were kind of crammed together trying to get checked in. The other thing that made it not feel as great is the person standing behind us. So we got to meet them, said that they were first in the general line before figuring out that they were in the wrong line. And then they came to the VIP line, and they saw the people they were standing with in the general line go through faster than the VIP line. So I know that perhaps you hired different vendors or people to handle that process, but I think it could have been so much better and so much faster, particularly for VIPs who are paying extra money to make sure that they don't waste a lot of time in lines like that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the other thing that made it a little bit different is the swag that we received. We got
this really
cool new binder, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. We got a t-shirt, we got a hat, and we got the bag. So the bag is the priciest item. It's a messenger bag right there. So this messenger bag, can you open it up and show them?
No pockets.
So that's the thing. No pockets, except for the water bottle right there. So while we understand that you don't want to give people this exact same thing at Card Party 2 that you did at Card Party 1, we got that cool backpack. The thing that could have made this messenger bag better is a lot of little pockets and compartments for all the stuff that we carry. We carry top loaders and sleeves and pens and slabs. So it would have been awesome to have a little better messenger bag with a lot of compartments, because as it is, you can only put your binder in there and then it'll be a mess with all the little things that we carry, right?
Yeah.
You may say that not everybody likes a messenger bag, but I'm not one of those. I actually prefer a messenger bag, and I and I use one for work. And my messenger bag has a lot of compartments for pens, pencils, everything that I may need. And this one just didn't have that, so we didn't use it at all at Card Party. Whereas we kept using our regular backpack.
Yep.
Yeah. So another great perk of being a VIP is priority seating at the main event. Mm-hmm. Now, what made it not as great at Card Party 2 is because it's such a much larger event, which meant that the designated VIP space was significantly bigger. And if you were late, you often sat further behind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that happened to us once, maybe twice, where we sat pretty far away. And I think people in the different aisles that were for general access had closer views of the stage. Now, lastly, this one's tough to talk about because I don't think there's much that you can do and much that you should do. Because the other great perk of VIP tickets is skipping the lines at the meet and greets. Mm-hmm. And the reason I say that is because all the content creators are absolutely amazing. They make themselves available to everyone at all times. The meet and greets just give you that added time with them for maybe 1 or 2 minutes to ask them a question, take pictures with them, get them to sign different things. So we got to do that with Deep Pocket Monster, Leonhardt, Gonzo, and Ian with Ian. Mm-hmm. And while there were so many others, we figured out at Card Party 2 that because everyone is so generous with their time, they're just walking around and making time for you. And if you come up to them, they'll speak with you and they'll sign a different thing. So really, well, you should continue the meet and greets because they provide that added benefit. So everyone had incredible access to the content creators. So the VIPs really didn't get that much more added value because, for instance, we every morning would either bump into Super Duper Danny, who's getting her coffee, or Leonhardt. We waited in line with them and got to chat up with them for a few minutes, or Pokeball. And we were just outside of the bathrooms waiting for the bathroom, and we got to hang out with Pokedean and Chloe, who were also in the area. So meet and greets are great, but because all the content creators are so amazing and so generous with their time, it really doesn't create that added value for the VIPs. So for Gen 3, we are waiting to see what is going to be the added benefit. Is there going to be a reception? It would have been awesome to see and hang out with them at an exclusive reception. It would have been awesome to hang out with creators at like a breakfast. Yeah. So have breakfast with Super Duper Danny, or like a ice cream sundae event with the content creators, and being able to have a coffee with Pokevault, or being able to play board games with them or trade cards with them. So something that gets added to the event that makes it feel a little bit more exclusive. Definitely better food, right? Yeah. More than chips and just pretzels. Better swag. So it's okay to give different kinds of backpacks or anything like that, but if you're giving away a messenger bag, make sure that it meets the needs of the community. Or maybe some special edition giveaways. Everybody gets a free pack that's a VIP, and some of them may even be like first edition or WotC era packs, which would be super cool. What if everybody got a free pack that was a VIP?
Ooh.
So special giveaways just for VIPs. Jack likes that idea. All right. So that gets us to number 6.
Número 6. Venue.
The venue. What did you think of the venue?
What does venue mean?
The hotel. Yeah. So the hotel had a lot of great things going for it, right? Yep. We love the pool area. Mm-hmm. Too much? Yeah. We thought that it was a great location for in Orlando, easy to get to. Our room was great. So the venue had a lot of things going for it. There are some things that could have been better, mm-hmm. and something that should have been considered when selecting the venue. One of them was poor food options, right?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a lot of food options, especially early in the morning for breakfast. Yeah. We had one option unless you left the hotel.
Yeah.
And that one option, because we were there for 4 days, it was basically the same breakfast over and over again, which wasn't great.
Which we basically just got breakfast from the Scratch, the market there.
Yeah. So we had muffins and a breakfast sandwich, but it wasn't a lot of great options, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We also heard that some people were going somewhere else because it was super expensive at the hotel. So for breakfast, not a lot of options. For lunch, minimal options. And for dinner, it was very pricey. So we heard that many people were leaving the hotel. We even left the hotel to go to a restaurant to try something different on one of the nights, right?
Yeah.
And some people were leaving because it was just too expensive. And some people were just going to the McDonald's across the street because the hotel itself was too expensive. So we felt that the hotel at Car Party 1 had a lot of food options. They had a little cafe area, they had a pizza place, and they had a fancier restaurant. And it was still in Anaheim, so there were a lot of things that you can order in or go out to eat. Mm-hmm. So it felt like the hotel, food-wise, could have been better.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, what are you?
A tech expert, and I am the techie of this
family. And we have a YouTube channel, right?
Yep.
So you're a PokeTuber?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And one of the things that we wanted to do more of is live streams or post or upload more content, but the connectivity at the hotel was not great.
Yeah, so I think on the second or the third one or third day, we waited for our video, which took like 3 hours to upload.
It took longer than that. I left it maybe 4 or 5 hours that was still uploading, and because of that I ended up not doing a third video on the last day. It just took way too long.
Yeah.
You also saw probably the intended live stream in the basketball game between Cool Trainer Ryan and Shiny Vert that didn't go great because of the connectivity. So the Wi-Fi was a major issue at the venue, right?
Yeah.
So I know that when you're setting up events like this, the venue will often sell Wi-Fi and data packages for attendees when you're organizing. I think for Car Party 3, it should be a must. Being able to create content there, upload it quickly, not only helps everyone that's there, but it also helps people that weren't able to make it. Mm-hmm. So being able to engage with people that are there, it creates that sense of excitement for Car Party. And hopefully it'll get people to attend Car Party 3. All right, so the last two things we're going to talk about in regards to the venue were the spaces where all the vendors were. I myself liked breaking up where the vendors are into different rooms instead of one large room. I get anxiety and I get overwhelmed with a lot of crowds, a lot of noises. So it felt good to break that space up. Mm-hmm. However, there was not a lot of great signage, and there wasn't a great map to tell you exactly where things were. So you kind of had to get in and try to navigate, right? So yeah. I know that some people prefer the large area, and I know that's coming back in Car Party 3. But I wanted to say that really, whether it's large or small or anything like that, creating a better signage, a better map of where everything is, I think would have been really helpful to navigate the large space and the increased crowds for Car Party 2.
Yeah. I get it that there would be like more people. It could have been a little bit better.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing that we'll talk about the venue, because it had to do a lot with the space, is the trade nights. We think trade nights are great. They're a lot of fun. Kids love them. But the space where they were held was not ideal. So they were not in a room. They were essentially in the open space between rooms. And there was not a lot of seating. There were high top tables that kids could not use because they could not reach. So you had to navigate through a sea of children and adults on the floor trading.
My thing to like help that is to like make the chairs a little bit smaller. And like put like more like tables and chairs like in the middle but like also like leave some open space so like they can get through also. Like people can get through to get to their places, but like put them like in the middle.
Okay, so essentially the same space, but tables and chairs along the edges, and then people being able to walk in the middle, right? Just because it was hard to walk through, right?
Yep.
People tripped, people were getting stepped on, and it took a long time to get through that entire space. So next year, more seating, more tables, because everybody has a binder, everybody has stuff. So being able to put stuff on tables, being able to sit across from somebody or next to somebody and being able to trade would be so much better. And what about a trade room? A dedicated trade room.
Ooh,
you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we had a lot of great fun at Card Party 2. We will be going to Card Party 3. Yay. But these are just suggestions on how to make things better, right?
This was all the great things about Card Party and all the kind of flaws about Card Party, but I hope it's better next year, and yeah. I'm Jackalope, this is Big U, we are Jackalope Plays, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!